Brought to you by Generator Industries and Moody Gardens Conservation Program.
Catastrophic flooding, severe wind, storm surge. These weather conditions have changed the lives of Southeast Texans forever.
It only takes one hurricane or even a tropical storm to cause a major disaster.
We have to be ready as we're going to be hit.
Tonight, the entire Channel 2 severe weather team with the biggest threats to our area and what we've learned from past storms. Plus, the information you and your family need to stay safe all season long.
From KPRC Channel 2 News, this is the 2019 Hurricane and Flood Survival Guide. Here's Chief Meteorologist Frank Billingsley.
This year, the Atlantic hurricane season outlook calls for a near normal season with a 70% chance of 9 to 15 named storms. The National Hurricane Center says 4 to 8 of those will become hurricanes with top winds of at least 74 miles per hour. And the potential is there for 2 to 4 major hurricanes reaching Category 3, 4, or 5 status. There were 15 named Atlantic storms last hurricane season, the strongest Florence and Michael. Hurricane Florence was the 9th most destructive storm in terms of property damage to hit the United States. Florence made landfall in North Carolina as a high Category 1 hurricane with winds of about 90 miles per hour. The hurricane caused $24 billion in damage in 4 states, spawning 44 tornadoes and blamed for more than 50 deaths. Just over a month later, Hurricane Michael grew into the strongest storm to ever hit Florida. The Category 5 storm brought catastrophic storm surge, destructive winds up to 160 miles per hour, ripping off roofs and tearing down power lines. Flooding left neighborhoods under feet of water. And while Southeast Texas was fortunate to get a break last hurricane season, we've been ground zero for some of the most deadly and damaging tropical disasters in U.S. history. From the infamous 1900 hurricane that leveled Galveston to our most recent megastorm, Hurricane Harvey, more than a century of storms that are staggering when you consider the numbers. For example, 6,000, the estimated death toll from the Category 4 hurricane that struck Galveston on September 8, 1900. A surprise storm packing 135-mile-per-hour winds and a 15-foot storm surge. The island completely submerged, completely destroyed. It stands as the deadliest natural disaster in our nation's history. And it prompted the construction of the now famous seawall that helps to protect the island from landfalling storms to this day. 43, the number of inches of rain that fell in Alvin during Tropical Storm Claudette in one July day in 1979.
High winds and heavy rain whipped through this bait cap on Keith Lake.
The most significant 24-hour rainfall event in recorded U.S. history until last year, when 49 inches of rain fell on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. 30,000, the number of people forced into shelters by Tropical Storm Allison in 2001.
40 years in this area, never have we had flooding like this.
The storm flooded 73,000 homes in Harris County and caused $5 billion in property damage. And finally, 27 trillion, the number of gallons of water that fell from the sky during Hurricane Harvey. Up to 5 feet of rain from Houston to Beaumont, 500,000 flooded cars, 300,000 flooded structures, 40,000 people evacuated in 30,000 water rescues.
Our whole neighborhood is flooded.
The death toll, 68. It is our nation's greatest tropical rainfall event, and at $125 billion in damage, second only to Hurricane Katrina in financial cost. Based on data going back to 1900, we can expect a hurricane or tropical storm to hit somewhere along the Texas coast in 8 out of every 10 years. Over the last 5 years, 10 storm names have been retired. In 2015, Erica and Joaquin. In 2016, Matthew and Otto. 4 storms in 2017, Harvey, Irma, Maria, and Nate. And last year,